on syrup. I be sipping on syrup. Everybody getting turned up. Everybody getting turned up. I be sipping on syrup. I be sipping on syrup.
What's up, everybody? We are all set.
How are y'all doing?
How's everybody
Another
doing?
day in paradise.
Indeed.
I'm doing great.
We're back here at the podcast.
A little
bit of
different.
change.
A little
Yeah.
change, man.
We're outside.
We're practicing social distancing, so we're not cooped up in the camper. Got a little bit of 3 feet in between everybody, so
It's actually 6 feet.
6 feet. Is
6
that what it
feet,
is?
yeah.
6
Well,
feet.
I think the
6
Corona
feet.
in hand brings that down to 3
Corona,
feet.
yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
Jeffrey's
Right.
got the Corona. As you see, we got the necessities on deck.
This one's gonna be a bit of a Corona-themed podcast.
Yes, sir.
Corona
Just because
poppin'.
it's something we're all dealing with. So, yeah. How are y'all feeling about the Corona? Y'all know anybody with the Corona? Anybody? You know?
I actually had a an elementary school friend that when I grew up in Emporia, Virginia. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a really long time. I saw him at this Halloween party, but he posted on Facebook that he was being quarantined due to the fact that he has the coronavirus.
Oh, he has it?
Yes.
Oh, that dude's
So
got it.
was it like a self-quarantine, or how did they go about that when they found out they...
I didn't ask any questions. His post was merely vague. It was just enough to let you know, like, he's going to be going through it for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I think
crazy.
it's like a hospital issuance or
crazy.
something.
Yeah, I can't imagine, man. It's hitting pretty hard, man. I got some. We're actually pretty organized this time. We're outside. We got the lights. We got the 2 camera angles. We're feeling good. I got some notes we're gonna go through.
Weird
We're just
flex,
gonna
but
try
okay.
This is kind of more what we're gonna strive for. We're not always gonna be outside, but we're gonna try to have this level of
Try to.
production value.
Try to.
We can.
Production value will get better.
It will.
Quality.
As
So yeah,
time goes on.
do y'all know how the coronavirus is spread?
This man Googled something.
I did. I looked into it a little bit.
Actually,
'cause
I
was-
know how it started because they started a training facility at my job and made us do tests and quizzes on it to let us know how it all started. And apparently it started in a lab that actually started in China that started an outbreak on it.
No, but do you know how it's transmitted?
It's transmitted mostly through face, anything that can get in contact with your face, like somebody getting your face, coughing, sneezing, or if they sneeze in their hands without protection and they're touching all over other things, touching you. It's just chaos, man. People don't know when to wash their hands at all.
Gotta wash your hands. That's
Yeah,
a big
wash your
takeaway.
hands. They say it's, like we said earlier, 6 feet. They say to keep 6 feet away from people because it's airborne and it's also on surfaces.
Sure.
I did a little research today because I was oblivious, man. Like I knew obviously it's like a big deal, but I was like, you know what? How does this even spread? Because I heard it was airborne.
Speaking of airborne,
See, I was really worried about that part.
Yeah.
Was that
Hey,
an airborne thing?
Yeah, because they say it's close contact. It's inhaled through coughs and sneezes if you're like 6 feet away from somebody.
Something like the T virus.
I don't know, to be honest.
If you
with
really
That was a
wanna,
Resident Evil joke.
If you really want
See, I don't
to
catch
actually
any.
say something, apparently they just found their first case in Norfolk today.
Yep, I got that too.
Real quick,
right.
one of the big things, right? We're all stuck at home. We're practicing our social distancing. It's kind of a drag, right? So,
With the podcast.
in the
we'll live
words
on.
of Andrew Schultz, what are we gonna do, man?
We gotta live like quarantine
Live
kings,
like quarantine
y'all.
kings.
So what
we
does
got
a
the
quarantine
Coronas,
got? A
we
quarantine
got
king
the
got?
toilet paper we stocked up on, and then we got some stogies here, man.
Some
I
cigars.
think, let's get to that part.
Can't make it without the stogies.
Yes, sir.
So fun fact too, apparently the coronavirus stays airborne
Thank
for
you.
up to 6 hours.
In what?
6 hours.
You
Airborne.
just got a whole lot
Wait,
of
was
facts,
that
don't you?
recent?
like,
Because
the
the
area?
last one I saw was 3
Yeah,
hours.
and it says, maybe it is. Oh no, yeah, it is 3 hours. I said remain in the air up to 3 hours, on copper for 4 hours, on cardboard for 24 hours, and plastic and stainless steel it stays on it for 72 hours. So it's airborne for 3 and everything else. So yeah, that's why
Now,
why I'm like, okay,
oh,
maybe it is
wow.
kind of like a bigger deal. Maybe not to us because we're younger.
Sure,
but,
that's the whole
I think
deal,
we got a
man.
responsibility to.
I
not
know y'all really
Right.
want to get into all these factoid corona stuff, but just want to let's take a break and enjoy these real quick before we get started. That'll make everything way better. Y'all smoke cigars?
Circumcise me.
You gotta circumcise them, man.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Circumcise me. Circumcises the old cigars.
Hey, you guys need a lighter?
I actually do need a lighter. Mine is out of fluid.
Ooh, I caught it on
Oh, yeah,
camera. I
the
hit the mic in the
too.
process.
Lighter?
Yeah, it's out. Oh,
You have
no
no hands, sir.
the
Ooh.
white guy drops it.
Hey, Cody, you need a lighter?
Sure.
All right,
Did we get that on camera? That was a really decent catch.
it was on camera.
Yeah, it was on camera.
All right.
Angle 2.
All right.
You're only on angle 2. Go on. All right, let's get this going. These guys are some Cuban sandwiches, so they're cheap. while we get this going, Jerel. So what did you want to say, man, about the spread and stuff? You were proud of your research you were doing earlier, man. I want to give you the
not
opportunity.
so much proud, but more enlightened, man. Like this is new to me. Like how this stuff is transmitted and how serious this is. Obviously, people tend to blow this stuff off because we've had things like this before. But
Hey, I got a question, Ro. Did you also do in your notes that they found out what type blood it actually will infect first? Apparently, they said type A. Anybody who's type A blood will infect first. Type O is free to go. So if you guys are type O, you are free from the coronavirus.
Your boy's a type A.
I don't even know my blood type. Is that bad?
You're
Wait,
probably
have you donated?
No, I haven't donated.
Did you just know through going to the doctor? Or?
Yeah, when I went to the doctor's when I found out.
Oh, okay.
I actually can't donate because I never go more than a year without getting a tattoo, and I think you're supposed to wait like a year after getting a tattoo before you can donate blood.
That is correct.
Yeah. So I get a tattoo pretty much every year, so I'm just never eligible.
Yeah. You know, there's 77 confirmed cases in Virginia now, which is crazy
Wow.
because the first case was
Is it
March
77?
7th.
77.
Yeah. So since March 7th, we now have 77. First one was on
We're
March
in
7th.
the thick of it, man.
Hey, did you check out Italy today? Apparently, they said 478 people died from the virus already.
We're gonna have to start looking into age groups and, splitting it there.
Yeah, because older people get it. And
Right.
younger,
So I mean,
younger
like
people with
younger
immune system.
younger children, our age group, like in the 20s and whatnot, we'll even say 30s, and then probably split it from about like 50 to up, and just see how it's affecting them.
Right.
Like, that's the best way to do it.
One more thing, too. They also said people who have asthma as well, too, are most likely to get it as well.
Sure, because it's a lung thing.
Plus, I have a nephew. He is 9 years old, and he does have asthma, so I do quarantine him and make sure he is safe.
That's good. That's good. Would it be a good uncle?
Yes, he has been tested, too. He tested negative, so I'm still
That's
watching
good.
over him.
Yeah.
Now,
Don't see how it's affecting the world, though.
I
That's
think the
even
real
scarier
effect
part.
that we all want to talk about is the fact that Chipotle free delivery today because they closed up all the restaurants around here, or because they all got more than 10 people. So all the
I think we might need to hop on that flex.
that's what I'm saying, man. I think somebody needs to put in an order.
Somebody
right
needs to do that. Somebody needs to do that. We got a laptop right here. Come on.
Oh, fired up. You'll get some things done. They're closing a lot of restaurants, man.
Yeah.
They are, dude. This is
Chick-fil-A
the
closed their lobby.
This is the scary part, man, because like real world is different now. Our day-to-day life is really like genuinely being affected
It's
now. at this point.
changing.
Hey, for you guys who got jobs out there, I know it sucks being gone for 2 weeks, but guess what? There's a bright side to it, actually.
Getting checks.
Yes, we're all getting checks for
That good
$1,000
old
in
PTO
2 weeks
and-
on April 6th. So go ahead and
Right.
check your mailboxes on April 6th. And apparently they said they're also sending a second check within mid-May.
No, I wasn't gonna vote for Yang, but I ain't that mad right now. I ain't gonna lie.
It's
Actually,
affected people.
a lot of Yang is actually mad about it because he had the whole idea about doing $1,000 for everybody in America, but they took it and
Well, here's
did
what I will
that.
say, man.
His
It's
was
like
permanent.
exactly. There's certain things you do in a crisis situation that you don't necessarily want to do on the day-to-day. You know what I mean? But
Being
$1,000 a month to every
Oh,
adult. You know what I
okay.
mean? Like I don't
Gotcha.
think that's a
Gotcha.
day-to-day thing. I get
He's
it now.
referring to socialism.
Well,
Right.
it's specifically universal basic income. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Also,
Andrew Yang's
Putting
whole
everybody
deal.
on that same plateau, pretty much.
I got
You
some
know what I'm
knowledge
saying?
today too about it. Apparently, one of my coworkers, good old guy named Bruce, sat back and told me that I think it was Bush or his dad back then gave everybody $300 to Americans that it was a crisis that happened. I want to say it was a 9/11 attack, but it wasn't.
It happens when there's a crisis. I mean,
But-
that's the whole point.
They also gave $500 to the household as well too, during that crisis that happened.
that helps
Indeed.
a lot.
It does. Because I don't know about
relief.
y'all. I'm completely out of work right now. You know what I mean?
I got you. I'm also in the same boat. I can't ship out. I can't
Sure.
go where I
So
need to
you're
go.
rather not on the same boat because you can't get on.
That's
the
guy.
boat.
hilarious.
This guy
That's
right here.
actually hilarious.
Oh.
They won't let you on, bro.
Hey, at least y'all are out of work. Myself got to go to work every day, and the only time I get off is the weekends. They're not closing my shop down at all.
Why is that a bad thing? That's good. I want to be at work.
You still get paid, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like,
some people
wanna
enjoy
be at
being
work.
off for 2 weeks, and I've been seeing a lot on Facebook about people commenting and saying, hey, I wish I was at work. But as soon as I comment and say, hey, come take my shift for the day, they straight up say, nah, I'm good. So you say you want to work. I offer my shift to you at my job, but you deny it. So how do you want to work?
So
And that there was Taekwon's venting hour.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So Taekwon, now your mic time is going to be limited. No, I love.
Careful.
Oh my goodness. I will say, I'm kind of disappointed. Taekwon is now standing. He's doing some actual camera stuff today. He cannot go to sleep. I'm a little disappointed right now.
To be honest, I'm actually not tired. I'm wide awake.
Taekwon, quit lying to yourself. You
It's
always
the
tired.
sativa.
No, I'm being serious. I'm actually tired.
You okay?
Yeah, no more sporting event. You see that that Facebook video that I think I showed you. I don't know if it was one of y'all that I had showed, but it was about how we're reacting to the sports.
Sure.
Bowling.
Yeah, the bowling.
You know, I
everybody
showed you
started
that
getting on.
before anything, right?
Taekwon, your mic time is limited.
Get on. Go check camera 2. Go check camera 2. Taekwon, how does camera 2 look? How does camera 2 look? How's it look?
Am I sexy over here?
Good. All right. That's Cody's only angle, man. It's gotta be pristine. No. But so what have y'all seen, man? Y'all been going to the grocery store? Y'all seen
I went to Harris Teeter.
how'd that go?
Wasn't bad.
No.
Not at all. I didn't think it was that bad, but Walmart apparently is bad. Chesapeake Square,
real
I think
bad.
is closed.
Yep.
I went to go
One
get
of
some
Chesapeake Square's
milk
closed.
Maybe.
from Dollar General, and
They're not.
I kind of walked in on a whole like issue with the cashier and like a few people there just trying to get like some like supplies and whatnot, and they were just like, "Oh, when's the truck coming? When's the truck coming?"
Sure.
And I'm pretty sure like this person was like a recent hire, so
Okay.
like they were just panicking throughout the whole
They
time.
had no
It was like,
clue what was going on.
I've heard that they were supposed to be here at 3, but the latest that they can come is 6, and I felt a lot of animosity in that store.
Yeah, no, I'm sure,
I felt
man.
for
It's
his
not a good
life.
place to be.
It was in danger.
Because people either aren't working or they're working too much. You know what I mean? Like I went to Target the other day. That place was crazy. They only had self checkout, which first of all, it's like I don't know if that's better or worse. You know what I mean? Everybody's touching those same buttons.
That's what I think about the card readers, man. Like
Oh,
the card
dude.
readers that everybody's
Car
been
readers
touching when
getting
you pay.
gas, man. ATMs.
Oh, definitely getting gas.
That's
Not gonna lie,
fast
when I
stuff.
got gas yesterday, I put the sleeve up, man. I grabbed that motherfucker like this, and I said, I'm not getting the Corona.
I said, I'm
Sorry to
not
interrupt, but
getting
bro, you got a
Corona.
second to check this fact check?
What fat check?
All right, that's what we're doing.
Oh, yeah, it's what he's talking about, the blood types. You
Oh.
got it?
Cool. Great take, Juan. Thank you.
The gym
I'm just kidding.
closed,
I love
Planet
Taekwon.
Fitness, one leg.
That's a real
Yeah.
good thing, man.
People are
That-
pissed, though.
That is
And
not
I
the
don't
place
even
you
know if
wanna
that
be in.
necessarily is like, well, it's obviously a good thing that it's closed, but the gym is not one of the dirtiest places because if you think about it, you're supposed to spray the machines down.
Yeah, but think about
anyways.
it. Who does?
Everybody.
I do, but
Unless you just start going to the gym, if you regularly go out of respect, I see people do it all the time. I think it's just a responsibility thing.
I definitely see
Yeah.
people not do it. For sure. And there's almost nowhere that you're closer. Plus, you're drinking out of all those water fountains, man. And like, I don't know. It just feels like bad luck. Feels like a bad look.
They changed it from $1,000 to $500 every American now.
Whack.
So,
Whack.
you guys into wrestling at all?
No.
Yeah. Well, no, I used to be, but I am
Back in
into
the
the
day.
fact that it's the Performance Center. Was that what you were getting at?
Yeah,
I've been looking into that.
like
happened?
they're
Fill me
doing
in.
shows with no crowds.
Yeah.
Really?
No crowds.
Well,
They're
they
still doing
like put all that
promos.
stuff on TV, right?
They do, but it's
Right.
not the same as when you have
Well,
a crowd.
sure, but like they're still getting paid. Like it's not like
Yeah, but
it's-
imagine
trust
them
me,
doing
it's
a
not the
promo.
same.
Oh, I'm
man.
sure, man.
Like
You're
they're
doing a
just there.
promo, the crowd is, you're supposed to be like up in this dude's face, and then the
Ooh.
audience is like cheering you on, but there's nobody. There's not a single person in that arena.
That's how it is like for churches and stuff too, man. Because like it's all filmed services now, but there's no people in the crowd. So like you have to do a whole sermon to nobody essentially. Like it's weird, man. It's weird.
Yeah, they do. They're doing WrestleMania with no crowd too. How crazy is that? A place that's normally on like an actual bowl, like where a Super Bowl
Yep.
would be held, like an actual big arena.
At least they're still doing
Right.
it, man. That's good.
It is.
Did y'all hear about the floating hospitals?
What, you talking about the pop-ups?
Yeah, apparently there's floating hospitals with 1,000
Saquon,
beds.
if you say apparently one more time, I'm gonna slap you.
I
It's
could,
the word
but
of
I'm
the day.
gonna be
the word of the
professional.
day.
Apparently.
We'll be
Word of the day.
professional.
Word of the day, apparently. There you go. You heard it here. Take one himself.
You want to fact check this?
No. That's your job.
I mean, he's got a laptop there too.
Oh my goodness. All right. So have we exhausted all the Corona conversation?
I don't think there's ever too little
Nah,
Corona.
man.
Fact.
I think
But the key of it is we got to take the people's mind off of the Corona, man.
Yeah.
Never mind the
definitely.
fact you're drinking a Corona and there's toilet paper there.
Exactly.
We're supposed
not
to
worried
be
about
taking
that.
their
We're not
money
worried
off
about
of it.
that. We're definitely not strictly doing this for the views and not putting this out 2 weeks early because it's relevant. It's not the case.
High quality stuff, man.
Indeed. Indeed.
So what's new in music? I got
the
different
music.
albums that y'all may be familiar
Yeah,
with.
this man
Did you
was
know
doing
that
his
Bankroll
research, man. Doing his
dropped
research.
an album on the 4th?
Bankroll.
Bankroll Fresh.
Bankroll. I don't know why, but I thought he was dead.
He died in 2016 March 4th, but they dropped it on March 4th of this year.
Post mortem.
So I'm just like, okay.
Okay, I got you.
guess
I
it's
remember
a
when that
bunch of
happened
unreleased
with
stuff.
Mac Miller. He had a thing come out after
He did. I
And
got
that
that
was
up
one of the
there,
weird.
too.
That was my
Circles.
first time listening to something that and being like, "Whoa, that guy died like recently." You know what I mean?
You know they're dropping the deluxe version this year. So they had already dropped the Circles album, but it's the deluxe coming out. So
It's just
like
weird,
remastered.
man. It's like, who's getting that money? You know what I mean? Like, feels so iffy.
Could be going to family, you know?
Probably the
Probably.
estate, right? Quote unquote.
And obviously Lil Uzi dropped Eternal Take. You know, that's one of the biggest ones.
I just
think
want to
he's
say
got
that he
10 or
did not
20
have to do
charting
that
songs.
for us.
What's that?
He did not have to do that for us,
Are you talking about the quality of
but
it?
he did. And I love just about every song on that album. It gets me up in the morning.
You're a dancer too, so that kind of helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all bops.
Now you know what I want to talk about. You know,
What's
talking
that?
about the music stuff. You know,
Haley Williams.
yes sir.
Hey,
Haley Williams of Paramore, Pedals for Armor Part 2 coming out this week.
Yep.
Actually, so funny thing. So she released half of her album in like February, right? And that was the first half. It was 5 songs, and then she had another half that she was going to release all at one time in like this month, I think, at some point. And so it was going to be all at once. While all the stuff before, it was like one track like a week. You know what I mean? And then there was like a video the next week.
Didn't
It
you
was
say
this
she didn't
whole
really
thing.
care as much? Like she's not doing it to.
Oh, she's definitely not doing it for money. No,
Right,
that's what
it's
I'm
not
saying.
for
But
the money.
because of the whole Corona stuff, she decided to postpone, or not postpone, but she's not releasing all at once anymore. She's spreading it out throughout the next month.
To entertain people.
like the Corona.
Yeah,
Y'all
that was the whole
know
deal.
Erica Badu
Oh, yeah?
is doing the quarantine show.
Mm.
It's like the what's the name of it? I got it here too.
Got it. It was
He's
a little-
literally
Oh,
it's a quarantine
phone?
concert
Sure
series,
can, man.
and it's $1 to watch online. It's a live stream, so she's entertaining folks too.
all that live stream stuff, man. It's pretty cool.
That's not bad though.
A lot
The
of people
fans get
been
to
doing
request
that.
what songs they want to hear,
Thank you.
and it's like,
Yes, sir.
okay,
Yes,
bet.
sir.
$1 to get in. Vince McMahon is doing the same thing with the whole live streaming.
That's wrestling, right?
Yeah, they're just streaming it.
That's wrestling, right? I've heard of that. Wrestling.
Do you know the
guy.
location of where they're doing the WWE and everything?
In Tampa.
Yeah, they're. No, it wasn't in Tampa. I
Is
think it was
it's in
Tampa.
Florida.
Yeah, it's in Florida at their training facility now.
Okay, well that makes sense.
That still seems problematic, man. You got a bunch of dudes just grabbing on each other.
Well, the wrestlers I think are pissed. I know Ryback
Yeah.
came out and he said that Vince McMahon is money hungry because despite the fact that people already paid to go to WrestleMania, he doesn't give a shit.
Sure.
He just wants to put it out. And make
You know who
money
they
somehow.
also say is money hungry? Your boy Post. And it's a shame.
Oh yeah, he continued to do his Denver show,
I
Post.
fully Post Malone.
Oh wow.
Yep.
so he didn't postpone anything.
This guy,
He
this
basically
guy.
just had his Denver show. Thousands of people around, coughing, sniffling, people rubbing up against each other. Coronavirus city. And still had his show, so he got backlash for it.
Yeah, people real mad.
I
I
mean,
gotta ask, what do you really think's going on with Post Malone? Like,
You talking about all that? You talking about
Drink.
I think he's a rapper. I think when did we get mad at rappers for doing drugs? When did that happen? Like,
When they started dying.
I guess. I guess.
I
When it
mean, but
became-
he actually came out to the crowd during a show to say that he wasn't.
Yeah,
on
because people
drugs or
kept
anything.
like getting mad at him. But it's
Of
like
course
that's
he's
not
gonna
true.
say that.
Right,
though.
right. But
You know what I'm
like
saying?
at the same, while he was speaking it out, I mean, this guy looks like he was out of his mind. He said that he was just having a great time with his life.
I
and
definitely think
everything,
he's
like-
drunk, and I think every now and again he probably gets a little bit too drunk. But it's like that's what rappers do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
I guess
They
you're
rap
right
about
though.
it.
It's,
Yeah, they
yeah,
do.
exactly. That's like half
But
his.
it's kind of like entertainment. Like you watch WWE, you see people get hit. You know it's not necessarily real. It's just for the entertainment value. Same thing with rap. I think people do the same thing.
Sure.
And they don't necessarily think that this is real till people start dying, and they're like, "Holy shit, this is
For
real!
sure.
People shouldn't be doing this."
Because that's the whole defense of the art form is like you're playing a character, typically.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
It's not promoting violence, it's not promoting drugs, because it's a character. It's like the same reason you can make a movie about addict, and it doesn't mean you want to tell people to be addicted and stuff.
It's like
Right.
some
It's art.
real life Dungeons and Dragons out here.
Stranger
creating
Things.
characters, creating scenarios to try to get buzz up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's terrible, man.
Did you hear that Slim Shady Juice WRLD track?
Oh my God,
Godzilla.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
I did. What'd y'all think of the track?
It was great. It was cool.
I mean, Eminem puts out a decent track every here and there. You know?
He does indeed do that. I didn't like though, because like at the end they did the whole like memorial thing for Juice WRLD, but it's like it just didn't fit. You know what I mean? Like the track does not seem. I get it, he was on it and then he died, and that's cool. But like the track does not seem like anything you'd put a memorial afterwards. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Who's that director guy that does like all the rap videos?
Cole Bennett.
Cole Bennett. He did the video, and it was really cool to see him doing that to Eminem video. It was weird because you don't see Eminem do stuff like that. You know what I mean?
No. Well, I think Eminem's branching out more.
Back in the day, he would, but that was more of like.
But that wasn't the style
like
back then.
comedic.
You know what I mean? That kind of stuff, like
Yeah.
the crazy edits and all the crazy colors and stuff. That wasn't like that.
Well, it
wasn't
was also
the vibe.
not a thing back then.
Right,
either.
that's what I'm
you know
saying.
He just did more of like comedic value kind of.
Sure.
You know, music.
But
videos.
now when you
Shock
think
value.
of a rap video, you think of
Same,
Cole Bennett.
yeah.
You know what I mean? He does like everybody. That's like he defines the industry right now. And then it was cool to see Eminem doing that. Plus
He
the
was
beats
also
are
one
more
of the first
you know,
major white rappers. You know what I'm saying? He kind of paved the way for a lot of white rappers. So he was relevant in that time for that reason alone. Plus, he was doing numbers, man, before streaming was huge. It was like LimeWire time, man. You remember LimeWire?
Virus
Back in the
Central.
day.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh, well, this mixtape's flame. I might take the risk of getting this virus.
This
Maybe not the
Trojan
corona,
virus.
but I'll take that virus.
Yep.
Trojan horses. Terrible, man.
Good stuff. Pirate Bay.
Y'all see 6ix9ine is getting out on August 2nd.
Boo.
I'm not gonna lie. When he gets out and he drops whatever new music he's got going on, I may not play it in my car, but I'm going to play it through my AirPods.
I said the same thing. You got to be low key with it, man.
Shame.
You got to be low key with it. You can't be bumping 6ix9ine. You might
You
get
can't.
shot at.
You can't.
You know, you got to be like in LA or something where they embrace you for everything. Well, no, not LA. Never mind. They'll kill him in LA.
You just don't do it anywhere
Just don't
other than
I'm-
your headphones.
Or maybe not at all. Maybe
He's
just
still
stick that.
charting though. There's people out there, but they might be little kids because that was his audience.
You ever seen
yeah.
You ever watch Empire?
No, but I know what it
I
is.
saw a
Remember when the
little
dude made
small
the
part of
made
it.
the track and he like paid off the guard to get him like in a room, and like he's in jail and he had like somebody bring some studio stuff and he made like a track in jail,
Oh no.
He was making music in jail.
making music in jail. Yeah, the main character Empire. So I just picture like 6ix9ine was doing something like
I
that
mean,
too. You know, he's
Wayne
gonna
was doing it.
release a jail album afterwards.
Wayne was making music in jail.
Bobby Shmurda did with 6ix9ine.
He did.
Do you remember in the stupid
the
track?
phone call?
It was straight through the phone, man.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy you can do stuff like that, man?
Yeah. I mean, as long as you ain't rapping about killing folks in jail, they're gonna be like, well, there goes the good behavior. You won't get down on that.
Hey, Real, I got a question to ask you. How do you feel about YNW Melly getting out of jail? Or
I
do
don't know
you
if
think
he
he's
did it.
going to?
So if he didn't do it, then he
Maybe if he's
deserves to get
changed
out.
his mindset.
Well,
If
they
he's still
said,
got murder on his mind, I think they need to keep him in there.
no, they said that they never found the murder weapon at all. So the only evidence they got
I
is a
don't know
phone
enough
call
about
recording.
it. I've heard, like, you know, they found the shell casings in his car. GPS location shows he got out, circled the car, this, that, and the third. So it looked like
I
it
mean,
was
he
pointing
pleaded
towards
guilty.
him.
Didn't
Did
he?
he? I
Didn't
don't
he
know.
plead guilty to that?
He plead guilty, but now he's thinking like, wait, I wasn't there to be honest, because now he's pleading not guilty.
So wait, you can't really go back on that. You can't say that.
Yeah,
oh,
I'd
wasn't
have to
really
look into
there.
it because I don't know, and I don't know when he's getting out. I don't
There's,
know.
I mean,
if
there's
he's
more to
getting
being
out.
like
So
accomplished.
the thought
or-
process is a lot of people say they come back and recant their statements when they plead guilty because they claim that they were put in a position to where they were forced to make a guilty plea. Because sometimes a lot of times you get scared because you think I'm not going to win.
Or they offer
so
you
I'll
a
take
deal
the
you
deal.
can't pass
right,
up,
exactly.
scare you.
That's how people end up going to jail, even though they didn't do it. Because they'd rather take the 2 years than take the life for whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the lawyers he could probably afford. I have no doubt he has more wiggle room than a normal person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it is what it is.
Yep.
All the
Indeed.
concerts look like they said July and August is when they think this thing is gonna blow over. Kendrick and
Freaking
Post
pissed,
won't be
man.
performing again until July 3rd.
I got tickets to see Haley Williams in June, man. I don't know what's
Not
going
gonna
to
happen, man.
You
Not
don't know,
gonna
man.
happen.
It might. It might.
Nah, they're canceling everything. Bonnaroo, which is normally I believe in June or July, because I went one year. They're moving it to September now. That's a whole different dynamic. It's like hot outside, you sleep in tents. September, there's no telling.
And we lost something in the water.
Something in the water ain't gonna be here. till next
Coachella's
year.
been postponed until October.
Everything's being postponed.
It's
MLB,
not a good
NHL.
time to be in the entertainment industry, man. No, it's just not a good time.
Unless you're a bowler or Erica Badu doing the quarantine tour.
Sure.
the show, whatever.
But like you talk about the lower level stuff, like think about how many people like make all their money on South by Southwest, or they make
Hey, I
all
mean-
their money based on Bonnaroo. Like all these big festivals, that's like a majority of a lot of people's income.
I can
People
see a
just
big
out of
jump
work.
coming for streamers.
Oh yeah, 100%.
People
are
being
gonna be staying
inside, you
home
know, all
watching.
they got to
Yeah,
do
on
is just.
Netflix, all that stuff.
Do you see what
that's
Netflix
rad.
is doing?
Mm.
They're doing a group watching thing now, feature for their. So
Yep, I did
basically,
see
I
that.
could be
That's
in
pretty cool.
a group chat, like 4 other people watching a movie with them virtually.
Nice.
So that's their answer to the.
Have you seen the
to social
Oculus version of
isolation.
that?
Huh?
The Oculus version of that, or the VR stuff?
No.
It's like you get in and
I
you're like
wish.
sitting on a couch
I wish.
next to your friend watching the same movie.
Oh, that's pretty lit.
It's
That
really
is
cool.
Really lit.
And it's like
I'm
you're
definitely
like
investing in
avatars
that.
just sitting next to each other watching a movie, and you can like talk to each other and do everything.
So it's pretty much the same concept.
But it's
to
like
give you
real
the
world
feeling
though.
of
You know what I mean?
being
It's
there.
real world because you can like you'll be like on the phone with each other, whatever their communication is, and then you're got that real world. You're sitting watching the same exact screen.
So it's not the real world, but it's simulated.
Right. It's like
I mean,
the real
right, but
world.
like, honestly, you can fully, well, not physically, but you know, virtually inept yourself into the game. So like, you know, hand movement, feet movement, like,
Yeah, exactly.
it's all there.
all that kind
Right.
of stuff.
100%.
There's a
I mean, of
movie
course you
coming
don't
out
feel
like
them,
that.
but
I can't remember the name of it, but there's a
The
movie
Black
coming
Mirror.
out like that.
Oh,
episode.
Black Mirror
downloaded
episode,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Oh, you talking about
Uploaded.
Shinjuku Island?
Shinjuku Island, bro.
Uploaded, yeah. That junk's weird, man. That movie looks weird as crap.
It was
'Cause
just
it's
a
like
normal dude.
because that's
mostly.
literally a Black Mirror episode. You saw that Black Mirror episode,
Yeah, I
right?
saw it.
Okay, so
Y'all
you've seen
seen
it as
that?
well?
So okay.
Shinjuku Island.
Oh,
See
that ain't
the
even what we're
moment he
talking
said
about.
it.
But oh,
He said, "Meet me at Shinjuku Island
dude,
at 7 tonight."
I couldn't finish that one, dude. I had to. That's
couldn't
one of the
finish
few
it?
that I
I
didn't
remember I
watch.
showed it to Cody, and he's like, "What the fuck? Whose meat is this?" That's what he said. I just like.
This guy. Hopefully that comes out. If the past
That's
episode
probably
comes out,
what
y'all
one of
get the
them was
context.
saying, but that was off air.
Oh goodness gracious.
Oh,
man.
man. Black Mirror is
Okay, so
scary because it's so realistic.
There was an episode of Black Mirror. Do you remember what it's called?
I haven't seen much
What's
of
it
Black
about?
Mirror.
'Cause
So
I've
the
seen
whole
all
deal
the
is like when
episodes.
you die, you can like upload your consciousness to stuff.
San Jupernino, some shit like that. Hold
Something
up.
like that.
Actually, and that was a movie that had shoot, what was his name?
San Junipero.
think it
How do
was
you pronounce
Leonardo
that? Try to
DiCaprio,
pronounce that.
wasn't
I
it?
was right. I just didn't know how to pronounce
Sam Junipero, yeah, something like that.
it. Yeah.
It was either
That's the
Leonardo
one, so you put your
DiCaprio or
consciousness
Johnny
on a
Depp.
drive.
But it was a movie called Transcendence.
I haven't seen that.
What are you talking about?
Same premise of what you just said with the Black Mirror.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So basically, he got sick. Well, he was poisoned actually, and he was working on an AI system that was, you know, self-replicating and
Sure.
it was aware. So he got his wife to uplink him
Sure. Yeah.
into the AI. It was an amazing movie. I think
Yeah.
it's on
So you're talking about
Netflix.
this like really deep, right? This really like crazy, like make you think about like the ethics of all that, right? That's the
Right.
tone of that movie, right? You get a Black Mirror episode, kind of the same concept where you're uploading your consciousness to stuff. It goes deeper than that, but the same idea. And again, super dark tone about how is it really life and yada yada, the repercussions. And in this movie that Taekwon was talking about, I think it's just called Uploaded, same exact thing, and it's a lighthearted comedy.
Have you
That's
seen
what
it?
makes it trippy. It's like the dude dies and then goes to upload heaven or whatever, where it's like to get like a McDonald's thing, you have to like make an in-app purchase. You know what I mean? Like you can't afford certain
Oh,
luxuries.
man.
But
You
it's
gotta
like
buy
this.
to win.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Pay
like
to
picture
win.
a video game, but it's actually your life.
That can happen, man. Think
it could
about
happen.
it.
But
We're
again,
moving
that
towards
seems like something so crazy, and then it's just light comedy thing. know
Have
what
you
I mean?
seen the movie?
It makes it weirder. I haven't
Or-
seen it, but I saw
I-
the trailers.
Yeah, the trailer apparently what happened is like every criminal has these goggles on or glasses actually.
Oh,
And-
that's not even the same movie.
No,
You're
I'm
talking
thinking
about
of
the.
no. This one that I'm talking
Okay,
about
that's a
is
different movie
basically
with Ryan
similar.
Reynolds.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one where he basically saw like the
Guy
guy
or
come
whatever,
in
yeah.
the bank and everything.
That movie looks really. Have y'all seen the movie?
robbed
The-
it, and then he knocked the dude out, picked up his glasses, and
There's-
he was.
What the hell is that?
So,
It's-
let me
it's
explain.
a-
Let me
yeah,
explain.
I-
All
that's
right,
a game.
you're
I'll pull it up for
doing
you.
you're doing a bad job explaining. It's
I know what movie
I'm
that
just kidding
is.
about it. It's Ryan Reynolds, right? And Ryan Reynolds plays basically picture GTA, right? Ryan Reynolds is just a bystander.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, he does
right?
the same thing every day.
Yeah,
you know,
he's
like,
just a
happy
guy,
with his
right?
life.
And then
what's the premise of it?
the premise is one day he says, "Hey, I don't want all these." Because picture what you do in GTA, right? That's what all the players are doing, and he lives in that world, but he's a bystander. Then one day he's like, "Hey," and then he like punches a guy, steals his goggles, which basically like he's a player. You know what I mean? And he like breaks through the like fourth wall where they're all just kind of going with it.
I'm trying to find it.
It's like
man.
picture if you were playing GTA and one of the prostitutes said, "Nah," and then like
I found the name of it. It's
You know
called
what I
Free
mean?
Guy.
And then like
Free
got like
Guy?
a gun or something.
Free Guy.
Free guy. Yep.
Okay, I might have to check that out because that sounds pretty fucking wild.
Hey, I have it pulled up on my phone if you want to take a look at it.
No,
We
it's-
don't.
it's- we'll
We
look
don't.
at it later, man.
Yeah.
We will look at it later.
I'm sorry, that was really rude. Taquan, I love
It
you.
wasn't really. I
love
was
you.
just saying
No,
we
you
gotta do
don't.
it later. at
No,
least
I said it.
from
I
my
said it rude.
perspective.
Oh, yeah.
Did y'all see Trump? What Trump said about the what he's calling the coronavirus?
I did
I'm
not.
gonna pull that
Fake
video
news.
up.
All good?
See
Did
what
you
y'all-
restart?
Yeah, I
See
had to
what y'all think.
restart
All
the
good.
camera.
All good. Don't worry about that.
All
Tech
right.
talk.
Boom, right here.
It's
Check
Corona
this out,
time.
man. Hopefully, it don't make me watch an ad.
It's Corona time right now.
It's pulling it up. Ads
All right.
playing.
We're gonna pop this up in either a split screen or over our faces as well, whatever you're playing.
Yeah, we'll let y'all see it, man. See what y'all think.
I guess
too,
I don't
when
need to
y'all
tell
are
you that
watching
because
it.
you're watching it right now. But
One of the
Hey,
things
as you
most
watching
Here it
interesting-
is right here.
The president venting clearly much more so at China than he has in the past, saying that we could have gotten a much earlier heads up. His national security advisor previously said 2 months. China covered this up. That was Robert O'Brien's language. The president saying we could have used an earlier heads up. He believes that would have helped the entire world deal more quickly with this pandemic. But in doing that, in venting at the Chinese leadership, the president also defending his own use of words. The
there
president
goes the
now,
toilet paper.
he's mad Chinese propaganda, blamed the virus on U.S. military troops. The president, in pushing back, keeps using the term China virus. It came out more Chinese virus. It came out up at the White House. He was asked, sir, are you worried about Asian Americans living here in the United States or around the world having actions against them because of this? Are you worried you're being racist?
Why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus? There are reports of dozens of incidents of bias against Chinese Americans in this country. Your own aide, Secretary Azar, says he does not use this term. He says ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all, no, not at all. It comes from China. That's why. It comes from China.
He
I
said
want to be accurate.
China.
About Chinese
Yeah,
Americans
please,
in
John,
this country,
please.
the aides behind you. Are you
I
comfortable
have a
with
great,
this
I
term?
May
have
not
great
like it, but
love
this man is speaking straight
for
facts
all of
right
the
now.
people from our country. But as you know, China tried to say at one point, maybe they stopped now, that it was caused by American soldiers. That can't happen. It's not going to happen. Not as long as I'm president. It comes from China.
It is fascinating, Jeff Zeleny, to see what I'll call the range of Trump, if you will. He has been more in command
mean,
of the
what y'all
facts
think
in
about
these
that,
recent
man?
briefings.
People
At the
are
very
pissed
end of
about
the
that.
briefing, he
That's
talked
why I
about Americans who
definitely
are
get
feeling
the upset,
isolated
man.
right now.
I definitely
In
get that.
addition to
Chinese
the,
people getting upset.
pandemic,
Yeah, absolutely, because, like,
pandemic,
here's the deal.
economic stress, maybe
Oh,
having,
absolutely, because
depression or mental
yeah, it
health
comes from
issues.
China.
I
We all
love
know
you.
that.
We
But
are
the
with
more
you.
you
We
make
will
it
support
about
you.
that,
You get
like
that
that's just
from the
not a good
president.
look, dude.
But then you
And
get
then
that.
said
His
it
anger
comes
at
from
China,
stutter.
leading him to
China.
almost
Like,
take
come
advantage
on,
of
dude.
using the
Come
term in
on,
his tweets
man.
and in the briefing as if to poke.
I think he knew
Some
it
people
was
take
gonna go
credit for
viral.
that.
He knew exactly what he was
Absolutely
doing.
that.
like
And I think it is
China.
a huge range of the president, and
That man
a
is
vast
something
difference
else,
from
bro, but
the
I don't think he
president we
gives a
saw,
shit.
He sure
yesterday
don't.
as well.
That's how he got
sure
here.
don't.
Clearly,
He
he
doesn't
feels,
give a fuck.
And he's probably
he feels
gonna
like
win
he's a
again.
wartime president. Well, first, he has been a
I
wartime
honestly feel like he's
president.
probably
That's
bored
been
being
clear for a
president
long
now,
time,
but-
given the other
100%. It's
been a
wars.
long
But there's
4 years,
no
man.
question.
Has the primaries
A,
been
he's
postponed?
operating
I know,
without
like,
a lot
they're
of
not
his
doing it in some
staff
places.
around
They
him. The
can't
White House
vote.
press secretary
I
and
saw
communications director has been
one
working
of the
from home.
debates
He's
they
largely
did,
doing
so
this on
towards
his
the
own,
end,
and
I
you
don't
have to
think it's-
wonder
I don't know, I haven't
the
heard anything about them
wisdom
postponing it, though.
of such a long presidential briefing. I never thought I would say
'cause I don't
this,
know how it-
that
how it
you
works
know,
with the
of
whole
course we want to hear
coronavirus.
from the president
They can do
and
online
leadership,
voting, right?
but
For sure. Yeah,
the,
I
you know,
think-
never mind the stock market,
I
which
don't
was,
know. I
you
think
know,
we might.
following
I don't know.
during
I don't know
all
what's
of
going on
that.
with
But
that,
the range
but
of
tell
information,
you what I do
but I
know
do think
is
it's
I know who's
important to
gonna win.
separate the politics from
Get
this
the
and him
inside
saying he didn't have advance notice
smart
of this,
person.
other things.
He's
To
using his
look at, really
intuition.
focus
Using
on
my
the
big
very
man brain.
important information that we learned.
Hey,
from
let's
this
get off
briefing.
the
And I think
subject of the coronavirus. How do you guys feel
the
about the
doctor
show
was saying
Dave?
that younger
Take one.
people
Hold on.
in
Pin in
France and
that because we'll
Italy,
get to Dave.
may be
Right
getting
now,
sicker
poll
than we
or not
think.
poll.
And it was
Everybody, 3, 2,
essentially
1.
the
Who's going to win?
administration
3,
saying, "Wake
2,
up,
1.
America.
Biden.
This is getting worse
Oh,
here.
I
Don't
meant the
panic
primary.
because of the increase.
You know, I didn't want to say
So we
Biden.
almost have to at least
gonna be
for the
Biden.
moment to set the president's. You know,
I mean, he's
words
really going
aside
through it
about the
right now.
Chinese virus and focus
You really
on
think
the
Biden's gonna
issues.
win?
And
Going
boy,
through
were
it
there a
as
lot of
far as, like,
headlines.
what?
Right, it gets
As
to the
far
point
as this
see
man,
that.
yeah, this man is absolutely
He's
senile.
battling
Crazy,
dementia
dude.
and what else?
And
That's what we're gonna focus on. But
the
to that-
kids
to
that
that
touch
point,
the
Dr.
hair on the
Bracey,
bottom
we
of my
cannot have the
legs
large
and
gatherings
give me a
that
look, but
continue
vote for
to
other
occur.
Biden, but give
It's
me a
that
look.
continue
Like,
to
it's
occur.
crazy.
Other
dude.
Biden.
He said, "Don't
Who
vote
is
for the
that?
other
You're appealing
Biden."
from the
Yeah,
White
that's the
House people.
clone.
You're not
I'm
listening
telling
to
you.
us.
We were
You're
talking
not
about this
listening to
last
us.
time.
He said it
You
doesn't
must
hurt to
stop.
ask.
Karin Demersion, I
So
want to
my
bring you
name
into the
is Joe
conversation.
Biden.
You heard
I'm
Julia
running for
Chatterley.
United
We
States
talked
Senator.
earlier before the briefing started about about
What
the
is wrong?
urgency
What's
of
that one?
the
That's a
the
slip of the
president
tongue. I could
himself
understand
agreeing
this.
when he was asked,
But that
during
mixed with
wartime
everything
efforts
else.
right
Because he
now,
ran for
wartime
senator. Imagine
footing,
how many times he
what
said
do we
that.
expect?
You know?
Right.
Yeah, how
As
many
the
years
administration
ago?
keeps moving
Yeah.
the number up.
How many
do
years
we
ago?
expect the Senate
That's
to
the big
reach
point
You know what I'm
right
saying?
there.
That's like
what
what
would be
somebody
called
would mention
phase
when they're
three,
like, "Oh, I got to
knowing
go to
there's
school
gonna be a
today,"
phase
but you're
4, a
fucking
phase
68
5, and a
years
phase
old,
6 and
and you
more.
all of a sudden had
I think
some
that's
sort
the
of
big
slip of the
question. I mean,
mind
we're
where
looking
you
to
think
see
you got to
if
go
the
to school
senators
again.
can
He
really
thinks
put
he's
what have
running for
been
senator
party
again.
ideology
Like, I really don't want
aside at this
to
point
sit
to
in
come
front of
to
some
an
nukes
agreement
and think
on
it's,
this number, which, as
I
you
don't know, coffee
stressed,
time or
is
something.
going
It hits a
up,
button.
up. I think that you still have some people
Now,
who
on the
are in
topic
the body who are
of Dave, a
finding
much better
difficulty
topic
doing
there.
that, saying that, look,
I wanna say I had an
keep throwing
epiphany
money at
today.
this when it doesn't
I was
actually
thinking about
solve
it.
the
I'm thinking
virus
a lot about
problem.
Dave.
But
The
as
show,
Julia
Dave,
pointed
Lil
out earlier,
Dicky's
you need to be able to
lovely
keep
show.
the economy afloat
Hulu,
through this
it's great.
time, and we don't know how long this time is going to be.
What's the
So,
name of that comedian
that's
dude?
why this
There's the
is
one dude that's like,
taken,
he's like a
you know,
comedian
in an
and he's like
ideal
his friend
world,
or
they would
whatever.
have come right back in at the
Talking about
beginning of the
Gator?
week, been
No,
able to
not
work
Gator, the
this
white
out,
dude
and we
with
would have
the-
seen these votes
Oh, the
happen
red-haired
already.
dude.
But we are
Mike,
clearly not
that's his
there
name.
because we are
What's the? Do you know what
still
his
in the
actual
point
name
of
is? Because he's like a
trying
comedian.
He's a
to
comedian.
bring
Yeah,
consensus around
I saw him.
between
He
these
did a show
elected
at
officials who have been
I think it's a
at
comedy
loggerheads
room
over
or something
similar
like that with
issues in
Joey
the
Diaz
past.
and
He's
all
like
them.
pretty
And yet it seems
like
like an
big,
embrace
right?
that
Like
seems
he's
like
like
have to happen,
his role
otherwise
is being
the
like a
stakes are just
cameo,
far too high.
right?
And you had
Basically.
the
'Cause
Treasury
he's a
great
Secretary and
character,
others
though.
from the
No,
administration
I
making
think his
this
character's
case,
trash,
making these
dude.
appeals.
I think he's written horribly. I don't like it.
Have you watched episode 3?
The one about the penis?
Yeah. Well, it's all about
Yeah,
the
yeah,
penis.
yes, I
Jeffrey.
did watch
Come on.
episode 3.
It's
Take
Lil
on
Dicky.
camera 2, all right? No?
Camera 2 was not all right.
All right.
Apparently, it stopped recording for some reason. I
Did it
don't
get
know
fixed?
why, but I just started it back up, so we're back
We're
up.
good to
and
go.
It's fine. Camera 1's recording.
We'll
That's
work
why we
with what
bounce
we
back.
got,
That's why
man.
we bounce back.
But yeah, episode 3. How do you not like Mike after episode 3, man?
He didn't do anything in episode 3.
He was real cool with Gator.
Oh, that is. I hated that. I hated that whole scene, man. Him interacting with Gator. That just made me
Why?
uncomfortable, dude.
Why?
I didn't like it. It wasn't fun. It wasn't funny. It was just cringy. Cringy is not
I didn't
always
think it
funny,
was
man.
cringy.
What do you think? You watch it, right?
Well, I watch Big Mouth, so
Oh, this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind. Taekwon, you seen episode 3?
Yeah, I've seen episode
Okay.
3.
Thoughts on Mike?
Mike, when I first seen the show, he was kind of weird. It
Yeah.
was kind of very awkward of both of them in the bath together. That was kind of weird. So I kind of thought like,
you never taking a
he-
bath with your homeboy?
no, I wouldn't take a bath with my homeboy.
But like, I don't mind the weirdness, right? But make it on purpose. You know what I mean?
I've been weak if you say, yeah, damn right. I'll rub fucking Suave all over.
Oh,
it.
hell no, we not
Suave,
doing that.
You
bro,
sound
what
like
doing,
Daylight.
bro?
Suave.
Sound
Y'all
like
weird, bro.
You-
They're white
It's-
You
dudes.
do
in
sound
the
like
show.
Daylight.
Head and
It's Old
shoulders,
Spice.
Suave. That's what they're using in that bathtub.
All right, so back
Must have
to
met-
what you were saying about episode 3, how
Yeah,
Gator and Mike were
They were
like,
just hanging. Doing,
Yeah, it's-
and you really got to see both characters. Gator's great. Mike sucks.
No,
man,
I disagree.
doing the
He's not
episode,
entertaining.
both
He's
of
not
them,
entertaining.
I think he's very entertaining, and he's
both
very
of them
blunt.
was actually kind of cool. They were chilling. Gator didn't really like him like that
Mike
until he
is,
found
here's
his
the deal.
groove.
Mike's character is written so shallow. He's so one-sided. It's just here I am, and I'm the comic relief, and I say crazy things, and I'm kind of weird, and that's it. There's nothing else.
That's the whole show. That's
But no,
literally the entire show.
You can still have what's the substance in the show. You know what I mean? It can still mean
There
something.
still is
be cool.
substance.
And
The
there
entire
is
plot of the
absolutely.
episode, he's
There
just-
100% is, except for Mike. That's my problem. He has
Okay,
no
how do you
substance.
feel about the ending of that episode? Like him coming
First
home
time
like that.
Mike got used. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen episode 3.
Oh yeah.
I think that was the first time Mike was used well because he was the punchline of that whole joke. That was great. That was hilarious. But he didn't do anything. But his dialogue is trash.
But are you ready for episode 4 that comes on tonight at 8 p.m.?
Tomorrow
Only
on Hulu.
if you have FXX.
Yep.
They
Which
don't come
I
out
do.
till tomorrow.
Oh, you do?
Oh, you do? Well,
Yeah, I
Sparta?
got DirecTV, man.
That's
Sorry.
Trust you,
Yep.
Quan,
Hey,
for
we
having
should leave all
this
this
shit.
stuff
I mean, if
up.
y'all want,
we
y'all
should
go
leave all
chill at
this
my
stuff
house.
up. We should stay here and do a watch party, and we can record ourselves and do like a reaction to it.
Well, I haven't started Dave.
You haven't started date.
Yeah.
Get
I
out.
thought you started
Get
it.
off the podcast.
Yeah,
You're
I haven't
fired.
started
You're
Dave.
fired.
Fired, Cody.
Well, check
Take
this
one.
out.
Come take his seat.
Well,
You're fired.
Taekwon couldn't fill my shoes, so
I ain't that funny like him. Sorry
your
guys, we got
pants.
Mr. Meaty in the building. I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Meaty.
Mr. Meaty.
Hey, you know, I in the last podcast, assuming that gets released, that's what I called you in the subtitles or the credits.
Very nice,
Yes,
very nice.
yes,
you know,
you're
I
Mr.
will
Meaty.
appreciate that very much.
Yes.
Yep. Cody Rawlings is
Cody,
Mr.
Mr.
Meaty.
Meaty Rawlings.
It's immortalized now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Good stuff.
speaking of rappers in entertainment, whether it's
Weather?
acting. Weather?
Weather?
Either?
You said weather.
Is it?
It's weather.
Weather, yeah. Continue.
I'm sorry, people. But whether it's acting or rapping,
Let me crack it open.
I just want to get on the baby.
Oof.
Oh yeah, I was
I
definitely.
got
Hold
you.
on, wait. Let me play the video first before you do that,
All
because I
right.
already had that pulled up too.
Which video you got?
So you know how he slapped that woman in the face?
Yeah, I
that
seen
put
it.
that phone in his face.
Not
right?
the first occurrence.
Not the first occurrence, but this is the most recent, right? Let me mute this. All right, here it goes. Skip that. So y'all heard she spoke out, right? She's suing him. What do y'all think about her reaction?
I mean, she has every right.
That and like
I think she's doing it for clout.
My
Listen.
right cheekbone, it was like hurting, like it was tender. So I did go to the hospital, and I was diagnosed with a contusion.
A
to my
contusion.
That's such a funny word.
Diagnosed.
Wait,
Still
gets worse.
makes a joke about it. Like yesterday, he uploaded something on his page in a clothing store, making a joke about it. So I don't feel like, he was sincere with the apology. I was embarrassed. I got people calling me, writing me on Instagram through fake pages. People seeing me at my job, like saying, "Oh, you're the girl that got
not funny.
slapped." Like, it's embarrassing. My daughter waking up in the middle of the night crying, overhearing me on the phone with my lawyer talking about the situation. Like, it's hateful. We went upstairs on the stairway to take a picture at the picture booth by the stage, and I see security saying, move, everyone move out the way. And I was standing next to a young lady, and all of a sudden I turn around and I says to my boyfriend, I said, "There go the baby, he's coming through." So the young lady standing to the right of me, she pulled out her camera. She had on a blue long sleeve. It was like a rumple type. And I see her put her flash on her phone and reach up, but I'm not for sure if she hit him with the phone or I know the flash was on the phone. And all of a sudden he smacks me. And when he smacks me, I fall down onto her and somebody else. They did not offer me medical service. They gave me a hard time at first trying to even give me a police report. And I demanded that I was not going to leave without a police report because of the simple fact that I had witnesses showing it. Even the security that worked for the club told them that he witnessed me get slapped.
All right.
So she said, "My kids wake up in the middle of the night
I'm just really stuck on the part of she was diagnosed with a
with a
contusion.
contusion."
I mean,
So
I think that's
y'all
correct.
Can't tell me
like,
she's
that's
not
accurate,
reaching though.
But I mean,
She's reaching.
all right, tell me, how hard she get slapped?
Huh?
I didn't see the video. How hard she get slapped?
What's the baby? So
Well, he cocked that bitch back. That's about it.
This
Like,
man. This
she.
man.
But all right. So have you seen the video where he slapped her?
I know.
Not to say it's called for. I'm not gonna say that. But she had the phone. She's saying it wasn't her. She's saying it's the chick next to her.
If
she had the
she's-
flash
if she's
on
innocent,
and the phone was in the face, she straight had that jank right here in the face and hit his ass.
Sure.
Like, bopped him on the
Yeah.
forehead.
I
Wow.
mean, yeah, I don't know how hard he hit her, but like with little stuff like this, man, like it's definitely.
it was
probably
enough to knock her
reached,
back
you know?
a little bit.
Well,
Did
Let's
it?
put-
He put a little wisp on it.
If anything, he should just give her a little settlement. You know what I'm saying? Give her maybe $10,000.
Keep your hands to
Out of
yourself,
court
people.
settlement,
Keep your hands
yeah.
to yourself.
You shouldn't have slapped
They
her.
go on. We good?
And the baby has a history of not being able to touch
Hey,
folks.
let me stop you right there.
touching people.
Apparently, he did offer her. No, actually, he offered somebody 10,000 for the video
For
and
the
everything.
video, he said 10,000 if you have a better video of me slapping the shit out of this. Hoe.
I mean,
That's basically what he was saying. Was
that
like,
changes things a
10,000.
little bit. That
Do you
changes
have?
things a little bit.
Did you see the video that he made in the corner store with Michael
Well,
Blackson?
Michael Blackson sitting there with the phone in his face, and they're mocking the whole situation. So that's what she's referring to.
If you guys don't mind, Michael Blackson, and I quote, was in there, was like, "I want to take a picture. I just want to take a picture," and got real close into his face. And
Yeah, making a fool of this lady.
Hey, let me ask you, how's camera 2 looking? How's that light look? Look good? Cool.
But the only
had
thing
some
that's really
things to
bothering
say.
me about the situation is if we go a little further back, to another rapper / R&B singer, Chris Brown. He was set in this whole situation where he got into an occurrence with Rihanna over
true.
some keys.
But
to
it's
his-
all okay because he did a song with Lil Dicky. So it's all good now.
It's okay.
It's okay now. After Freaky Friday came out, we're all good.
But I mean, we really have to acknowledge that he went through a lot of scrutiny, and they tried to.
He still is. People still
exactly,
talk about this.
Exactly. Like he
Chris
can't
Brown
do anything out
without
here
that being mentioned.
without being seen as
Well,
a
don't hit people. Domestic abuse is no joke.
right. I mean, I really don't. I don't go for it at all. But like, if we're going through like the whole story of what happened with his situation and what happened with the baby.
The baby got booed off stage though.
Yeah.
At that show, after he slapped her, he got booed off stage. So people didn't
Apparently,
like
he
that
said
comment.
he thought it was a dude.
Is it really?
Yeah, he said he thought it was a dude.
Does that
he
matter though?
slapped. Which
But,
I
like-
mean, yeah, if a dude's
Yeah.
got the camera in my face, but if I'm a millionaire like the baby, I'm not slapping anybody.
I mean,
Yeah,
remember
what
back
do you
then
think?
when he
it's like the
knocked that
fairness
dude
level.
out?
Like Chris Brown, he went through court cases and whatnot.
That was also his girlfriend too. This was just a random chick.
Does that
It's
matter?
I don't know. The dynamic was different because it's like he was in a
Right.
relationship and he beat the shit out of her. And she had all those bruises. You saw the black eye. You saw this chick. There was nothing wrong with this
That's
lady.
fair. That's
I mean,
a fair
it's
point.
still. I mean,
He
it's
still should
abuse.
be held responsible, but
It's
it's,
still
not
abuse.
nearly as bad as Chris Brown. To be fair.
Right, like, well, I mean, it's still abuse. It's still in the same category.
it's
Yeah,
still
but at what
is.
point does it's not as bad? Like, but what level is it? You know what I mean? Where do we put it? Even though it
Right.
might not be as
How
bad.
much
Like,
is she
it was a
selling for?
little-
She's selling for
It's a little
a
slap.
lot of money.
It's a
A
little,
little
slap.
slap.
That much money for one slap. I guess, yeah. If you get slapped by a celebrity, I'd do the same thing.
Yeah,
Sure.
but let's relapse.
Relapse?
Actually, recap
Recap. There we go.
on half of the things that he's done to people. Like he dropped that dude in the mall that showed up. I mean, I can understand that
Pants
the dude
fell
showed
down
up
after he got hit.
Yeah, the dude showed up wanting to fight him and stuff. The baby showed him what he was about. What happened in the second incident? He ended up punching somebody at another concert. It was another dude he punched. And I think there was a third
His
incident
security,
before this fourth
his
one.
security beat the shit out of that one dude.
Yeah, but he started it first though.
Not really. If you watch the video, the security was like 10 times that dude's size. Have you seen the baby security?
No.
It's a massive dude, bro.
I know who
like
it is.
Unrealistically big. And he just had this dude
Like, personally?
leaned over the
It's
security
Kane.
gate, beating the crap out of him.
Oh, really?
Not the WWE
Oh.
Kane. It's a dude from Vine named Kane.
Pull up his Instagram so you can show Cody
Actually-
or something. You need to find or your phone's on there.
Yeah,
but
hold on, guys.
We'll have to show you at some point. But yeah, it's pretty wild, bro.
We had to do a little phone
It's
switch
pretty
on
wild.
camera too, so we'll see how that comes out. Cody, sorry, Cody.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, Cody was pretty passionate about this whole Chris Brown thing, man.
Yeah.
He felt
I mean,
really
it just
deeply
really
about
bothers
this.
me. Like,
Yeah.
one of these people went through a whole lot more than the other. Like, one of these they're kind
Rule
of
of thumb:
sweeping it
keep
under
your
the
hands
rug.
to yourself. You always be good.
Yep. Don't touch folks. Y'all see?
You might get corona.
Uzi apparently stole some album art for the That Way song. You know, what was-
That's fine.
he
That's
stole
fine.
the album art.
I'd
But
argue
he
that's
was real
worse.
respectful about it, but he stole the album art. Like this is the two here. You can see they like.
Oh
they
yeah,
look-
he ripped
The
it.
the
he
white and
literally
orange.
He
stole
completely
it.
ripped
Yeah,
it.
the
Yeah,
white
it's the
orange,
white
but
orange.
you see the original. That's the original one.
That's a complete rip,
It's
man.
completely
There's
stolen.
no way to protect that. No
Yeah.
way to argue that.
So Uzi apparently commented on the photo and was like, "Yeah, my legal team will reach out. If you want money, you can have it." That's way better.
Well, I mean,
than
that's
some
fine.
people. Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, "Damn right."
Like, yeah, this was me. I appreciate you using it, but throw
Especially
me a
something
little
that they
something.
uploaded.
Yep.
This was uploaded years ago, apparently. The art. And Uzi's
Sure.
just now.
Oh,
taking
okay.
it. You know what I'm saying?
It'd
So
be
it's
like
some
that,
old
man.
art that you
It'd
don't
be
even
like
give a shit
that.
about anyways.
Wasn't
Yeah.
it Drake where you pulled up the side by side where he completely ripped off some dude's like,
Oh, who do
song,
you love?
bar for bar?
Yeah, Drake
Wow.
completely
That's
stole
funny,
bar
dude.
for bar. That entire verse.
Mm.
It's kind of set
They
with
really
YG.
think he ripped off a Soldier Boy?
For which one?
I don't know what song it was.
Drake.
Yeah,
Drake.
but that whole
Oh
occurrence.
my god.
I have that picture of the baby's security,
Toss it.
which is Kane.
Show Cody.
That's a big dude.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a big dude. He
I
ain't
thought
doing
that
his
was a
job
game
right.
for a second.
Nah, he actually
It
does
does like it.
vines and everything as well too. You might look him up.
The baby sat there on the dude's shoulders. There's a video of the baby sitting on the
That's
dude's
funny.
shoulders in the crowd.
I've seen that.
Like, if
I've
you
seen
can
that.
hold that man like that, like it's lightweight. Come on, bro.
That's funny.
Imagine what he did to the other dude. The video's online. It's terrible, man. The violence out here is real. But people can't be
Yes.
violent anymore, though. You know, you get into a fight, you might be scared to punch the other person because you might get corona.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
What time we at, Taquan? How long? we been?
We're doing good. We're doing good. You want to keep it going, or
What do
you?
you think? We've been 45 hours.
We probably haven't even hit the other hour of it. We're sitting at 19.
Oh, so
Well, that's
yeah,
on the
it's
second
about-
take.
Well, shit. Well, it is starting
Remember
to
the
get
first
dark.
take
We
was
can wrap
30.
it up if you
Yeah, we
want.
can go ahead and get a little,
Get out of
little
here.
wrap up on it.
Anyways, before we go though, we need to
We need
have
to-
a few announcements about how
Some
we're
church
going to be operating.
announcements.
Some church
Church
announcements. What we're going to be doing from here on out. Obviously, we're not going to be shooting here
Praise him.
every single week.
Not every week, but this summer we'll do. Preferably when it's a little warmer, man. It got cold here.
When
at the
once it
end.
gets warm outside, we'll
cold.
probably do it. But we'll be doing it every Wednesday. We'll try to shoot a little bit earlier for outdoor episodes, so we got
Yep.
some light, things like that.
Somebody was late.
Hope so.
And we came up with the name.
We
I
did.
wasn't
Which is
informed.
hence
Yep.
the
I wasn't
trailer.
informed.
Yep.
The trailer.
We are
the trailer
officially
talks.
the Trailer Talks.
Right.
For
Right.
copyright
So-
reasons, we have to be very clear. The Trailer Talks.
Yeah, the trailer talk.
All right, guys, we're gonna have to wrap this up. Go ahead and finish your Coronas, and we're gonna have to end
Shut
it.
up. That's my job. All right, guys, we're gonna have to wrap.
That's for
Where's the
talking
drink,
shit.
Cody? Let's cheers
Oh.
up before we go.
All right, guys. Oh, one more thing. We're trying to incorporate music a little bit more into the podcast, right? So
Yeah.
we're gonna start incorporating some live performances at the end. And
Yeah, we'll definitely have some local artists. We'll be doing some shoots in the booth. So we'll do like if they have a song, they'll perform
at
it
your
in the
local
booth.
Blue House Studios.
It'll be one take.
Selfless plug.
Shout out to Blue House.
Shout out to
We'll
Blue
put
House
some of
Studios.
our own music on here. Cody's getting
Yep.
into music, so you'll hear some of that.
And if
throughout the
anybody's
podcast.
interested in anything like that, any rappers, anybody, hit us up.
Boom. That's it. Cheers.
All right, y'all.
All right.
I can't reach you, but
I got you.
cheers on my behalf.
I be sipping no syrup. Everybody getting turned up. Everybody getting turned up. And your mama, and your mama, and your mama. Woo. And your mama, and your mama, and your mama. Woo. And your mama, and your mama, and your mama. Woo. And your mama, and your mama, and your mama. Woo. I be sipping no syrup. Whole club getting turned up, and I'm smoking on that loud pack till my lungs get burnt up. Yo, girl, come home with me, and you know I keep the chrome with me, and I get up for the low main. Asian plug on the phone with me, saucing on them, Prego, foreign girls, fuego. Only stay with the bad chickens. Know I keep me a red bone, rolling around in the new whip, all white like Cool Whip. Got some hitters that'll ride with me, they'll empty out a full clip. My squad, we don't play, charged up like Olay. Got the whole city trapping up, I can get you the whole thing. If you mess with anybody rocking with the clique, you messing with the whole gang. Everybody try to cop from me, I hit them back like okay. I be sipping on syrup.